Hey guys, Deathslayer Magic here, and this week sucks and I hate everything, so you know what that means. Time for another mega rant. This one's got a bit of a central theme, but I'm still gonna jump all over the place because there's just stupidity everywhere and sometimes you have to call it out. Not even that, sometimes you just gotta vent about this crap. Hey, I don't know if you guys have been to this one website, it's called Facebook. Lot of stupid people on there. If you're friends with enough people, I guarantee that you know some people like this. Constantly, hey, these 12 essential oils will, make you not die. Oh, did you know that you can cure insert incurable disease here with peppermint oil? Just the other day, this person where honestly even I'm not sure why I'm friends with them, I think they know my parents. They posted, oh, here's some plants that can be beneficial to, who cares, it's not grounded in science anyway. I forgot the title, but I guarantee you it's not important. Number 1 on the list, citronella. Oh yeah, I know citronella. Ooh, DEET scares me. I don't like chemical repellents because all chemicals are dangerous. Newsflash, here's why you haven't seen citronella products at your local hardware store, Walmart, and gardening shop lately. They cause cancer. Oh, ironic, isn't it? Mother Nature has a whole bunch of crap that's bad for you. I don't know if you've ever rolled around in poison oak, but yeah, not everything that comes off of a plant is good for you. This video is not long enough to list all of the plants that cause cancer. I mean, tobacco, there's one. I'm not actually 100% sure that tobacco by itself burning causes cancer as opposed to the additives, but who cares? Actually, come to think of it, I am very sure that that is the case. Regardless, stuff that goes on your skin and goes in any kind of medical product, or honestly at this point, almost any product, period, goes through the FDA. Not just the FDA for you Americans, every version of the FDA in every country. So if there's a mosquito repellent, rest assured that probably 100 plus countries at the bare minimum tested this and found it to be safe. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't some food additives and some products that aren't illegal in the US and are illegal in all of Europe that probably should be banned, and the only reason they haven't been banned is because of bribery, let's be honest. But those are pretty damn well known, so yeah. So scientists in a lab create something that goes through, millions of dollars worth of medical testing and then ends up on the shelf if it's approved, or some plant that grew somewhere. Oh, and for all the hipster idiots out there, basically if it's a plant and it grows, you can sell it and it's exempt from almost any freaking FDA anything. You just have to call it all natural or organic and they don't check on any of that. So yeah, hipsters, go ahead and, you know more than scientists, of course. You personally, who spent 1 minute on the internet looking something up, you know more than scientists. Rub citronella all over yourself. I can't wait to see the results. Hey, I got another newsflash for you. Gluten is not bad for you. Gluten is not going to kill you. You know, the thing that comes from wheat, the number one primary product that's kept mankind alive for the last 10,000 years, it turns out the majority of humans can safely eat. Who would have thought? I never would have guessed. It doesn't turn into glue in your intestines or whatever other just BS off-the-wall nonsense you hear on these blogs, which, oh, sheer coincidence, are all trying to sell you something. It's either just a rumor or a post perpetuated by stupid people, or it's people trying to sell you some kind of food supplement or pill or cure or just utter snake oil nonsense. By the way, snake oil also doesn't work. You ever heard of the big colloidal silver scam? You would think after that, and the founders being, put in prison, bankrupt, I don't even know what happened to them. It wasn't great, though. It still exists. It's still being marketed. How stupid does a person have to be? Did they not watch, Dateline in 2020, 10, 15 years ago? Things that are known scams and have already been settled, found out, and eliminated are now back because a new wave of stupid people live on Facebook and believe everything they read, except for people contradicting them. Here's my favorite example because I hate these idiots and I hate Steve Jobs. I hate Apple as a company, but I especially hate Steve Jobs as a person. He was a miserable, awful human being who misran a company, treated his employees like crap, was unfair, broke a bunch of laws, and was generally a horrible, horrible person. He got cancer, and since, well, he is the embodiment of Apple, he thinks he knows more than everybody else and is better than everybody else, and he's always right. In other words, an Apple customer. And he has to do things differently, so he can beat cancer just by boosting his immune system with this berry and that fruit. So he changed to a vegetarian berry-heavy diet, or whatever the hell he did. He still died. And I heard shortly before, don't know if this rumor is true or not, because I read it on the internet and I'm skeptical. What a concept! He tried to bribe a doctor into moving him up on the organ donation thing for like a new pancreas or whatever the hell it was, and then got found out and was about to get prosecuted by it, but then he died. If it was me, after his death, I would sue his estate. All the positive thinking and money and imported products and pills and fruit and yoga and meditation and all the other crap didn't save one of the richest people in the world. So guess what? It ain't gonna do a damn thing for you either. So some stupid little website with a pop-out video that looks all convincing and is written by a marketing expert because, you know, you can target stupid people and they'll believe it. They're selling you a pill that, oh, it cures cancer and prevents this and does this and prevents aging. And, oh, it's some new thing from Asia because Asians are magic. They're all wizards. I'm not going to get a take with a straight face on that one. Let's just go past it. Apparently everybody in Asia, not even freaking country specific, they're all magician herbalist alchemists who know more than modern science, which, you know, China's a bit of an enterprising place. If they came up with any kind of product that legitimately did anything, it would be a product. It would be for sale. I mean, they sell like freaking rhino horns pretending it does something. If they found something that for once actually did do something, holy hell would that be a product. They would market that product to death. Trust me. There are no conspiracy cover-ups to keep things from being imported into America because it would steal profits from the pharmaceutical companies. Okay, there are actually very specific examples, but not worded that way, okay? There's not some magic berry, some magic plant that some guy up in a hill knew about and he lived to be 180 and oh my God, I've heard so much BS on the internet. You know who it is? It's like some guy growing it in a garden on an industrial scale and shipping it here to you idiots who believe this crap. And so, okay, people can waste their money on stupid stuff that does nothing. At least they're, you know, conscious of their diet and they're taking steps in their own mind, even if they're wrong. Maybe they're mixing it with diet, exercise, being more active, sitting down less, stretching, all the other crap that everybody should be doing and never does. Screw it, I'm going to get up and stretch right now. Watch this. Nope, I still feel like crap, but doctors say that did something. Here's the problem. All the legitimate crap that everybody either, like me, just off the bat assumes is just nonsense and not true because it sounds exactly like all the rest, gets drowned out. Here's an example. There is one, and I mean one, exactly one, not two, not zero, one plant-based product that is approved by the FDA and proven in scientific medical studies, like proper medical studies, to make you lose weight. If I told you right now to guess what it was, I can almost guarantee you will get it wrong. Because you're probably thinking, oh, it's those acai berries or whatever, or it's this or that, and, you know, other than dietary fiber, because that's too general, they didn't have to test it because it's technically not a medication, it's a food. Ironic that they classify it that way because it can't be digested. Thus, it isn't food. But if you don't count fiber, what is the one product that can be sold and labeled as a proven FDA-certified weight loss supplement? What is it? Hell, enter your guess down in the comment section. This will be fun. You got about 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. It's green tea. Green tea and green tea extracts. It does something to your metabolism. Honestly, scientists don't even know why it works. They just listen to some ancient Chinese people and they're like, oh, let's try it. And then they studied it and it did work. Who knew? Guess what else they did? Tried 1,000 other things that didn't work. People usually lost less weight than the baseline because they thought they were taking something that would benefit them and exercised less. Hey, fun fact, you guys want to know why there's no magical secret cure for cancer that's being suppressed by pharmaceuticals because they make so much money on chemo? Reason number 1, there is no such thing as cancer. It doesn't exist. What there are cancers with an S. Melanoma is not leukemia. They're so far apart, they might as well be 2 different diseases. In fact, I'm pretty sure they are. I'm not a damn doctor, but they work so differently. The treatments are so different. There is no such thing as just cancer, okay? It's not like, well, I was going to say the flu, but honestly, there's multiple flus, too. I was also going to say HIV, but there's multiple strains of HIV. But cell replication depends on the cell. There's blood cancer, bone cancer, skin cancer, everything cancer. If it's a tissue, it pretty much can get cancer. There's actually a couple exceptions, believe it or not. Look it up if you're interested. It's actually very interesting. There are tissues in your body that are completely immune to cancer. Oh, here's reason number 2 why everything related to cancer on Facebook that's spread virally is basically wrong. Right off the bat, 2/3 of all cancer is genetic. You could live in a damn bubble away from any kind of radiation, carcinogens, never be exposed to it ever, and you would only reduce your chance of getting cancer by 1/3. I've had people literally this stupid, I am not making this up. Oh, I take acai berries and other powerful antioxidant mix every day because it helps aging, which is true to an extent, but if you get too much, it's actually damaging to your tissues, so it's not actually, at the amount that most people take, it's actually detrimental. But anyway, they're like, yeah, and that prevents cancer, which actually I'm pretty sure that alone isn't true. Oh, and then they come back from the beach. Yes, we have those in Wisconsin. And they're all sunburnt, and they're like, oh, I'm going to put some aloe on that. I don't like chemicals. Oh, that vitamin E stuff, that white lotion, that's all petroleum-based, and all petroleum is toxic and evil. Like, first of all, just about everything you eat, use, or operate in a day is like hydrocarbon-based. Okay, hydrocarbons are not toxic. Newsflash, by the time it ends up in a skin lotion, it's not crude oil out of the ground. You know, that's why it's not black. Petroleum is scary dirty and comes out of the ground and burns into carbon dioxide are all not reasons to not use a petroleum-based product. Anyway, they aren't reaching for that lotion. They're going for the 100% organic, overpriced, all-natural aloe vera lotion. You know, with basically just vitamin E, so you might as well just skip the whole aloe vera part and literally just buy pure vitamin E in a mineral oil suspension because it's the same damn thing. And then they put it on their sunburn. You know, because they like ultraviolet DNA damaged cells to come back to life instead of dying and flaking off. That's like some brand new kind of stupid. I mean, they're going to have to create a new word for that. Instead of creating a new pill and a new skin lotion, they should create a new word for how stupid those people are. And for the record, I'm getting pretty damn sick of people telling me that I have, well, first of all, doctors have told me I have the worst allergies they have ever seen on a human being. Lucky me, I won the genetic lottery or something, except it's not genetic, and my parents and my brother don't have any allergies. Oh, that's later. You must not have spent enough time outside when you were a kid. I lived outside in a kid. When the pollen would fall off of pine trees onto like a tarp, we would pick it up and play with it and throw it at each other. It was like a yellow pollen snowball fight. I spent time running around the neighborhood playing tag with the neighborhood kids almost every single day. I mean, we didn't have cable. We could barely afford video games. Our computer was a piece of crap. I lived outside. And I didn't exactly live in like a city. Like, it wasn't super rural, but I mean, you could drive 2 miles and you'd be in like the forest, basically. Plus, we had land, you know, up north, as everybody, you know, says up north. Even if it's south, they say they're going up north. I can't explain it. Technically, I think ours was west, come to think of it. But that was like the woods. Like, we would be lighting fires and rolling around in pine needles and leaves and climbing trees. Don't tell me that my allergies because I didn't go outside. That's a myth. Hell, my allergies are probably because I did go outside. And in fact, doctors think that since every cousin, every aunt, uncle, grandparents, parents, siblings, everybody but me and my entire family, which is about 100 people, have horrible vision, and I have 20/15 plus vision that's so flawless it's off the measurable scale. They think it's because I actually did spend quite a bit of time in front of a computer when I was between the ages of 10 and 14. It was a static focal depth. It's counterintuitive, but that's the only explanation everybody's ever given me. That or I'm adopted, and we've proven that's not true. Watch, my parents send me like a tweet after this. They're not even on Twitter. What the hell am I talking about? The funny thing is, scientists actually who know what the hell they're talking about and don't write fake articles just to get news on Facebook think that allergies are caused by synthetic chemicals that weren't around 100 years ago, and that's why they're so much worse. Somehow that triggers an immune system or something like that. Thank God I don't have any food allergies. Or I should say, asterisk, I don't have any food allergies that I give a crap about. There's one food that gives me a bit of a skin reaction. It's not terribly noticeable, it's just annoying, but it's freaking delicious, so I eat it anyway. You know, I'm allergic to dogs and cats too, but if you have one, you're damn right I'm petting it. I'm just going to ignore you and play with your dog if I'm over at your house because screw you, your dog's more interesting. Actually, the last time I was at my girlfriend's house a long time ago because now she's dating somebody else in case you didn't catch that on Twitter. Her dog was sitting on the couch next to me and she like goes to sit down. I'm like, I'm not going to ask him to move. So she sits somewhere else. I was like watching a movie, freaking chilling with her dog. He was an adorable yellow lab and I think he liked me quite a bit. So anyway, these idiots on Facebook buying these fake products, promoting these fake things, telling you to do things that don't do anything, spreading lies, telling you gluten's going to kill you and that's going to kill you and this is going to kill you when, you know, ironically, nobody's dropping dead these days. We're actually living a lot longer. Everybody's like, oh, I wish everything was all natural like it was in 1850. You know, when people lived to the ripe old age of died during childbirth. Nobody lived to be 90 back then, and it's not just because we have better, you know, long-term elderly care. It's because all of our food is healthier, all of our products are safer. I mean, lead paint, love that stuff. People used to take nuclear material and rub it on their face to make it have a slight glow, okay? That was a makeup. They used to build watches with, like, radium in it, and it gave you, like, freaking wrist cancer. And my 99-year-old great-grandmother, before she passed away, would beg to differ that even that killed people. Like, if you live through lead paint and carcinogens and like, whatever the hell causes mesothelioma, I forgot, asbestos, whatever the hell it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure by today's standards with the tightening up of the FDA and the improved scientific stuff, that not much is trying to kill us. Once in a while they'll find something, citronella, for example, that does cause cancer, and they will take it off the market. I mean, hell, they got pesticides that are like harming bird shells and not even humans, and they take it off the market. Now, if you want to fight against something and you want to make a change because, you know, there are a lot of toxic things out there, just ray gun your friends who smoke and tell them to stop. I mean, to make that your thing. Oh, you don't want to be rude? Well, guess what? I do. If you post, oh, I take peppermint essential oils every day because it helps with my migraines. Maybe you shouldn't be 300 pounds. Maybe that has something to do with it. And I happen to know for a fact that you get 6 hours of sleep a night. Okay, not medical advice. I have to say that. I am not a doctor. I'm just stating this for, I don't know, what the hell do I have to say legally? Entertainment purposes? Hey, okay, what's wrong with you? Okay, screaming at your screen right now. What is wrong with you? What ongoing chronic problems do you have? Okay, and what about, okay, I have a regimen for you to follow to cure this problem. Like, before we throw a pill at it, before I diagnose you with something or jump to a conclusion, when, by the way, I believe they said 12% of all diagnoses are accurate, the other 88% are wrong, you should probably try getting 8 hours of sleep every freaking morning, exercising at least 3 times a week for 30 minutes or more, improve your garbage diet, and generally take care of yourself, and then see if you still get migraines. Oh, see if you still have restless, whatever the hell, limb syndrome and this and that and this pressure problem and that and this and it's whatever. I don't care what's wrong with you. Try that. You know, try actually taking care of your body at a basic level and see if it solves whatever the hell chronic problem you think you have and that you self-diagnosed. You probably don't have some rare exotic genetic condition. You probably have a condition known as being an idiot. Being a careless, irresponsible, lazy idiot who doesn't even, like, know 101 biology. And, you know, the one thing that I hate more than people saying biological, medical, and health and diet tips on Facebook and just spreading lies and generally being idiots, you know, like diagnosing themselves with fibromyalgia and hyper yeast, whatever the hell. Look it up. It's not even real. It's not a real thing. Oh, yeah, and you're gluten and dairy intolerant. Yeah, I'm so sure. Why don't you try something called the force fail test? Eat an entire loaf of wheat bread and see if you feel 10 times sicker. If not, it's all in your head and you're a moron. Yeah, if you learn basic science, you'd know what a force fail test is. Oh, you think you're lactose intolerant? Time to drink a half gallon of milk and then chase it with some frickin' ice cream and, you know, see if you actually have the symptoms or if you're just being an idiot. But beyond that, there's the people that piss me off the most, and a lot of these are big YouTubers. They say, oh, I had this and this and this happened to me. This happened to me as a child. My parents did this. My ex-wife did this. Oh, I did this. And so no, I'm just like this. I just have this psychological thing. I just have to wake up every day and deal with it because I'm never going to get better. I'm not going to get into it because we're already 90 minutes into this damn video, but I went from whole bunch of psychological problems that it seems like every major YouTuber whines about on a regular basis to completely and utterly cured. Now, we're not talking about personality defects because God knows I still got those, but I used to have severe anxiety, like crippling, pathological, like I need to see a shrink level issues with anxiety. Now I don't. I could get up in front of 5,000 people, hand me a mic out of nowhere with zero warning, and I don't care. I do not suffer from anxiety anymore. It is gone. Yeah, a bunch of messed up crap happened to me when I was a kid. Guess what? I'm over it. I worked through it. I told myself I'm not going to be this way. This is not me. I'm going to get better. Like, why the hell am I afraid to leave the house? Why am I afraid to go here? Why am I afraid to go this place by myself? Why am I afraid to go to this job interview? Why am I afraid of this? This is the dumbest, stupidest freaking thing ever. I am going to do this. I'm going to suffer through it until I convince myself that this is freaking stupid. There is no need to be afraid of something that nobody else is afraid of. Like, oh, social interaction. Oh my God, what if they say this? What if I say this? What if I'm an idiot? What if it's an awkward situation? Oh, I'm too scared to go to this store or that place or this, I know so many people like that, and they're just crippled by it, and they say, oh, this is just me. This is just how I am. This is how my brain is wired. Guess what? It's not. I am so sick of people spreading this whole, oh, this is just me, and I live with it. How brave am I? And it's usually some ridiculous, like, artistic, script font with a sunset in the background, some cute little image that they're spreading on Twitter or Facebook. Oh, I'm so brave. I'm one of the millions that suffer with depression and anxiety, but I wake up every day, and I'm so brave. But then they followed up with, this is exactly why. It's because my ex-husband and blah, 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 blah. And this is just how I am. Oh, my new pills are working so much better. Lucky me. Fix it. Grow the hell up and fix it. I mean, it's the same on the small scale as it is with the large scale. You know, the big trend right now that just pisses me off more than anything? Fidget spinners. For the people who are such children that they can't sit still for 3 seconds and not touch something or move. Now, psychologists have already determined that that's because of smartphone use and device use and the rapidness of information availability and what it's done to our patients. I'm a bit of a hyper person. My brain goes at 3,000 miles an hour, and I'm pretty sure the amount of caffeine I drink in a day doesn't help. But guess what? I could sit there and stare at a wall for 30 seconds because I'm an adult and I have discipline. Now, I don't mean to discount the people with legitimate, actual neurological problems that benefit from these devices, where it actually helps them focus and it actually helps with an actual medical problem that they actually have. For the other 99.9% of people who just can't keep their fingers off their smartphone and just they don't even have like basic, like what would you even call that? I mean, they're just adult toddlers. They never learned how to act as just a basic human behavior. Put down the fidget spinner, grow the hell up, and learn how to stop pretending you're not in control of your brain and your body, because you are. It's the same thing. You are in control of if you feel anxious in a situation or not. It is not, oh, there's this part of my brain I have no control over. You can reprogram your subconscious. You can do it. With the exception of actual genetic disorders, actual damage to your brain from illegal drugs or exposure to chemicals, like real scientific crap. For the rest of psychological disorders that are simply brought on by personality issues, upbringing, traumatic events, all that, you can work through it. Do not let anybody on YouTube, no matter how big their channel is, tell you, oh, I'm so depressed. Every day I'm so depressed. I fight with it. I'm going to struggle with it for the rest of my life. Yes, if you say you are, you will. If you have yourself convinced and your psychologist has yourself convinced that you need to be on these pills forever and you're never going to get better, then guess what? You're never going to get better. You are correct, actually. But if you tell yourself, this is ridiculous, I'm going to stop feeling this way, acting this way, and I'm just going to tell my brain no every time it has a thought or reaction that I do not like and is not desirable and I want changed, guess what? Eventually you're going to progress to the point where it's gone and it's fixed and you're all better. So please, everybody who has influence and has an audience and has, a giant YouTube channel, I'm not going to name names because I know it would piss you guys off, but you know damn well who I'm talking to. Or talking about, although maybe you don't because they're not in the MTG community. But it's all the people that are like, I'm crazy, I'm never going to get better, I'm depressed, it must just be me. Stop spreading those lies. You name the psychological disorder, I had it. Anger management, oh my God, could I tell you some stories from when I was a teenager? Yes, I struggled with anger, now I don't. Might I take this time to say that a lot of my videos on YouTube are greatly exaggerated. In actual interpersonal relationships, it is virtually impossible to get me angry. Why? Because I fixed it. I took responsibility and said, hey, I should probably stop acting this way. I should grow the hell up and fix this. I had issues with anxiety severely, especially when in school. Now I don't. I could go into any challenge, any situation or anything, and I will not be nervous about it. The craziest things have gone down situation-wise, and my friends are freaking out, and they're like, why are you perfectly calm? I'm like, because what the hell is freaking out going to do? What is being nervous and having a whole meltdown going to do for this situation? That's not who I am anymore. That's not how I'm going to treat this situation. I had issues with attention. Guess what? I learned to focus. I obviously had issues with obsessions, patterns, OCD. Now I don't. I basically have no OCD. Why? Because I told myself I'm going to get over it, and I did. I was depressed. I was suicidal. Guess what? Now I'm not, and I'm never going back there because I know me and I fixed it. No, I'm not just hiding it all inside. I legitimately am better from these conditions. So let me be probably the only YouTuber who's telling you a message of actual hope if you have one of these conditions. If everybody else tells you you're not going to get better, you need to be on this pill, it's a chemical imbalance, it's this, it's that. Oh, you were abused as a kid, so you're not going to get better. It programmed your brain and there's no going back. Well, I mean, I'm living proof that that's not true. So ignore everybody else and take my message seriously. And for the record, I don't think some pill that some idiot is trying to sell you on Facebook is going to help. You can help you, not some ridiculous pretend made up cure that they sell to stupid people. You know, this just went from like mega rant to like legit psychological advice, which I can't legally call it that. So pretend I didn't just say that. But honestly, I've been wanting to get that message out and I figured it would come up sometime in some video. I have never once talked to a psychologist. I have never once been on any kind of psychoactive pills. I just fixed it. It's not impossible. You just need to work on it and take it every day at a time. So, you know, condolences to anybody who's struggling with any kind of mental problems out there right now. But hopefully this message reaches you and you can ignore everybody else telling you just toxic garbage about how you're never going to get better. Or if you want to help stop the initial problem that I've been mentioning this entire freaking video, every time somebody posts something, just type in the major keywords and then the word Snopes. Oh, does Mountain Dew really have, hydrolyzed something, soybean, whatever oil? No, that stopped in like 1991 and somehow people are still talking about it. Does aspartame cause, I don't care what I was going to put at the end of that sentence. No, it doesn't. It's the most studied food additive in the history of the world. Worldwide, independent, non-related, working together scientists have all independently concluded that it is 100% safe. The one, and I mean one, singular study that said that it causes cancer was deeply flawed, and the person behind it, if I remember correctly, has lost their medical license. Oh, but my friends on Facebook says it causes the crystallization in your something lobe that you don't even use if you're above 11 and blah, 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 and it causes this and that, your thyroid and radiation and blah, blah. No, just those people are talking out their ass. They have no idea what they're talking about. Look up real proven science, and anytime something doesn't seem right, research it for 5 seconds, and I guarantee you'll find the truth. So once these people start posting this toxic, harmful, scammy nonsense, call them out on it every single time. I've had plenty of people on Facebook unfriend me over it. I don't care. If they want to live in their own little fantasy world where plants and Mother Nature is going to cure their incurable illnesses and prevent cancer and whatever else the hell they think it does, whatever. That's on them. I mean, some people are just too stupid. Trust me, I've worked customer service. Some people are too stupid. That is a fact, not an opinion. That is provable. There's a good portion of humankind that are just like too stupid to exist in society and function. Oh, well, you're never going to fix it. This is why I'm all for like genetic engineering. It has to be like a gene or something. Can we just like eliminate stupid people from the gene pool for once? I would be so happy. So hopefully you enjoyed this wonderful rant, which was a bit less comedic this time around, but hey, whatever. I like to mix it up a little bit. Also, I had a lot of caffeine today. If you've got a topic that's pissing you off that you'd love to hear a rant about, leave it down below. I might include it in the next rant. Hopefully I don't go out on a 15-minute tangent in the next one. I'll see you guys next video.